To your blue, into your blue. Yeah, I keep sinking into your blue, into your blue. Stars, I keep seeing stars inside your eyes. In my mind, I'm holding on to all the sparks, fly into the dark while we collide. Tell me that I'm all you ever wanted. Take me to a crowded place, and I know all I see is the way that you breathe. Hit me like a hurricane, and I know all I need is your love next to me. Oh, I keep sinking into your blue, into your blue. Yeah, I keep sinking into your blue, into your blue, right into you. Underwater, I'm under, but I'm high. I can't let go of the way you love me better. Thought I could never touch the sky, but you got me holding heaven. Take me to a crowded place, and I know all I see is the way that you breathe. Hit me like a hurricane, and I know all I need is your love next to me. Oh, I keep sinking into your blue, into your blue. Yeah, I keep sinking into your blue, into your blue, right into you. Oh, I keep sinking into your blue, into your blue. Yeah, I keep sinking into your blue, into your blue, right into you.
And just like that, we're back over the pond. How about that then? So anyway, everybody, as of course, this is the Transatlantic Lego live stream. And it wouldn't be a Transatlantic Lego live stream if it wasn't for me. And of course, Brick Hive. Hello, mate.
What up?
How's it going?
Part deuce.
Un, deux, trois. Great to see you here, my friend. Of course, we've got Carrie with us. Shy Time is just sorting out his kids. And of course, we've got Josh. Hello, mate.
Good Ian. Ian's
There
here
we go.
celebrating.
He's
Awesome.
cracking out the champagne. It's like he's just won a Formula One race or something like that. He's giving it some.
I should start spraying it all over the place.
Oh yeah, woohoo!
That's tomorrow. We'll see.
Indeedy. Anyway, let's say hello to a few peeps out there. We've got thank you everybody for coming over as well. Imagine that. Imagine being able to fly over the Atlantic in just a couple of minutes. That'd be grand, wouldn't it? You know what I mean? Yeah, beat me up, Scotty. That kind of thing, you know. We've got two humble bricks out there. Great to see you, two humble bricks. We've got dusty bricks out there as well. Mine certainly do get dusty, that's for sure. We've got the lovely Nicole, all the way from Germany. Schlibben, Schlagen, Schlugen. That means thank you very much in German. It really does, honestly, folks. Don't bother Googling it. You won't find an answer to it. Brick Stage Pass is out there. It's out A again. Yup. We've got the stud. That is, of course, the Sidious stud. You have some work to do, Greg. The sequel is never as good as the original. There we go. What can I say? I am the Empire Strikes Back.
I was like going to say, yeah, there's been a few. There's been a few. That Terminator 2, Aliens.
Yeah. That's it. We're getting them all out while we can. We've got the wonderful macro bricks out there. Of course, folks, there's always a couple of different ways to support the channel. One, of course, is a super chat where later on I will be adding your name to the London Wall. Or, of course, you can join as always. And this sort of thing is what happens when people like the beautiful, and he really is a beautiful person, folks, like Macro Bricks, gives a super chat. I fancy a little bit of Bond. James Bond, shaken or stirred? I don't know. Make up your own minds. But anyway, let's give it some super chat action.
Something we're making for the Americans. It's called a ghetto blaster.
Oh yeah, something I'm making for Brick Hive. It's called a ghetto blaster.
I'll be sure to take it on some of my jobs.
Yeah, I tell you, that'll get rid of the rats. I'll tell
Yes,
you. That really
yes, it will.
We got Lego Bear out there. Good to see you, dude. Thank you for tuning in as well. We got KO out there, of course, known as King Ordendorf. Still on bag 2, bag so far. I think I'm on bag. Oh, I'm on bag 4 now. Funny enough. So this is where I'm at with it. It genuinely is looking like a Porsche, at least from the back end anyway. Of course, the sheer fact that it says Porsche kind of puts you into that full sense of security. Yeah, it does help. If anyone's in any doubt, that's a Porsche. Just saying. We got that's a cool name. I like that. Da Rooster Productions. I'm liking that. Have they heard of you before, Ian? Ian's giving it a good old gulp there. He's going, we've got roosters. There's a rooster out there watching us. I'm saying that because this young, fine, good-looking man over here, the one on the left, he actually keeps chickens. Have they started laying eggs yet, dude?
Not yet.
They're getting there.
They're starting to come in, which is a sign that they're hitting maturity. So.
Oh, okay. So I always found squeezing chickens' heads was quite a good idea for helping them lay eggs.
That doesn't seem like a good idea for them to do.
No,
maybe not. Maybe it's a risky strategy. I don't know. Anyway, King Oldendorf, he says, money. So if there's one thing, right, Oldendorf loves to listen to, it's the money song. And Oldendorf, super chat, my friend. Thank you so much. You're incredibly generous. This is the money song.
Oh my God, is this my acceptance to Hogwarts?
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
And that's it. That's all I can play from that. Otherwise, I'll get struck off. The algorithm will grasp me up. Andy Sesson says, Greg, which version you're building? I'm going to go all in turbo. I really am. I love a turbo. Say that. It's not really a big thing anymore. Most cars are built with turbos. Si O'Connor's out there as well. Don't forget, folks, you can catch him tomorrow on Good Morning Brick World. He's co-hosting on there as well, which is going to be fun and games. So I'm looking forward to that. We seem to have lost Si O'Connor as well. Hopefully he'll be joining us again in a bit, which is always fun. So anyway, let's get this show on the road. There we go. I'm going to pop yourself over there because we've got the build cam underneath it. You can just about see that actually. Let's pull that around there. There you go. And there's the Porsche, which is looking good. But yeah, BrickBods. Do you want to show us? Do you want to show us what you've built so far? Because knowing you guys, you've probably finished your sets.
Oh, that's yours. Yeah, we finished ours.
Oh, there we go.
Matching his and hers.
Yeah.
No. Oh, hello.
I drive the other way around.
I like it. Oh, you drive the other way around. I like it. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you could tell. You could tell that Ian's the one with the license in that household.
It's not. It's not.
No.
Well, I remember you talking about taking those turns really fast, Gary, because you guys were talking about tires one day.
Yep. I'm the only one that drives in this house, and I drive like a maniac.
Yeah.
Driving the house.
To be fair, Mrs. Hive has a collection of speeding tickets that she's acquired throughout our relationship.
Really,
dude, that woman just likes to go fast.
Does she?
And dude, you know where most of our speeding tickets have been? I mean, granted, it's very early or very late at night.
Yeah.
But it's been in school zones, dude.
School zones.
Watch out for those.
Oh my God.
I know, but she always gets the cameras. You know what I mean? The speeding cameras that are in the boxes.
Yeah, the slow down camera.
So it's been a long time since she's got one, but for a while I was like, honey, another one?
Wow.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, what can we say? Hive likes fast women and fast cars. This is why we're all here, folks. It really is. Brick Sergeant He's given me two. I'm presuming that is in America. They are American dollars.
Yes.
Thank you, my friend. That is incredibly, very, very generous of you. I love it. I really, really do. Your name will be going up there. Are you on Instagram, my friend? Because I do like to give people a shout out on that as well. And for that, I think I'm going to stick with James Bond. Actually, let's go a little bit of a Sean Connery.
I think you've made your point, Goldfinger. Thank you for the demonstration.
Do you expect me to talk?
No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die.
Oh yeah,
I absolutely love that line too.
Oh, it's
I expect you to talk. I expect you to die.
Yeah,
it's not an interrogation.
Yeah, his face. Could you imagine if that was us? We'd be going, "Oh," like that, wouldn't we? That wouldn't be very James Bond, would it?
No, it wouldn't. No, it would not.
It wouldn't indeed. But anyway, folks, while you're all here, do us a favor. Down in the description, you'll find details of every single person who's in the panel at the moment. And also, as well, while you're down there, do us a favor. Give us a thumbs up. Let's see if we can get a 50 thumbs up during this 2-hour session where I try my best to get not only build this car, but build a bag's worth of Lego. Who knows? Anything's possible. Anyway, Josh, how you getting on with you? How you getting on with your build? Are you doing like a bottle of champagne per bag or something? What's going on?
I hope not, because I finished bag number 1. This is bag number 1 of the Bugatti build.
Oh, Bugatti!
I've just
I love it.
cracked open bag number 2 and my second bottle, and hopefully I don't need more because I've only got 2 bottles at home.
Okay, it's giving me a migraine just looking at that amount of Technic. It really is.
You get used to it. Honestly, the first big one I built was the Scion, and then I built the Ferrari, and it was easier, and I've been building Technic since, and it's easier than it was.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I got the rally. Do you remember the rally car? Do you remember the rally car that came out?
Yeah,
standard.
It was whitish looking with a lot of stickers.
Martini sort of thing.
Yeah, I never got that one.
That was a good one. Oh, we got Cy O'Connor in just materialized. Let's bring him in, folks. Remember, this isn't Cy O'Connor. This is Cy O'Connor. Right. Here he is.
Hey, Faith and Bigora, Gregory. Why am I down here? We stream every week on London Calling. Why am I down here? What is going on, Gregory?
I'll pop you in the middle. There you go.
All right, thank you. Hey, how's everyone?
Very good. Very good style, kind of. How's the weather where you are?
Well, it's rainy, of course, here in Dublin. That's all it does. That's all it does here. But you knew that, Gregory. You were here. You were here for the grand opening.
This is true.
Yeah, you guys have a Lego store now.
Yeah, that's pretty big too.
Hello again.
It is a big one. I tell you, it's the second, other than Leicester Square. I don't think I've been anywhere else bigger. Leicester Square. After Leicester Square, the Lego store Dublin is the biggest Lego store that I've ever been to.
So let me ask you something about that.
So saying he looks freaking awesome.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir O'Connor. Top of the morning to you, sir.
Why did they make the store bigger?
I don't know. Maybe it's because they're the only one, or maybe they wanted it over 2 stores. One store would have been probably too small. Two levels would have been totally fine. I mean, they can go up 2 more levels. That's the thing. So I got to be honest. The minifigure factory needs, as you go up the stairs, it's right there. They need to move that around somewhere else because it's creating a bottleneck there. You know, and you got this thing going on, and you could see it, all the mockers, right? Because let's face it, Ireland's been starved of pad walls. Mm-hmm. As you go up there, you can see all the mockers are up there with their sort of anoraks on and their jackets and whatever, all with their pad jugs, filling them all up. And then you've got people that are buying sets and doing up their minifigures and stuff like that from the minifigure factory and also just the builder minifigure. And they're all kind of intertwining and stuff like that. And you sort of think, yeah, it just needs to be slightly more spaced out sort of thing. But other than that, I can't really fault the shop. The people that were there were really, really cool. They get people in from all over the world as well. We had people there that were working there from places like Paris. There were people from the UK, and it was really cool. It was really good. It was a great experience. And of course, I met Sai's family, which was amazing. They made me feel incredibly welcome, and yeah, it was just a crazy time. And then I came back, did London Calling. I did something on the Saturday. That was a stream. Oh, that was the Blocks magazine stream, and then Sunday I saw Claire and Sands, and then on Monday I went back to work. And I kicked off the vlog after that, so that was quite cool. That was busy time because vlogging. I enjoyed doing vlogs, I really do. But I'm going to throw this out to the panel, right? I love doing vlogs, but my God, I must have gone for about 3.5 hours of footage just to like really cut it back. Otherwise, it would have been like it could have been easily a couple of hours long. But yeah, it was cool. But I do enjoy a vlog though.
How come you didn't go live from this Lego store on the Instagrams or the YouTubes? What's the deal? For like 5 minutes, I was like, "Where's the hype?" I kept waiting and waiting.
I know you sound a bit Welsh at the moment, Si, but
well, you know,
it feels like it takes a lot of
kingdom, don't you know, Gregory?
It takes a lot of energy to talk like that. Yeah. It's very exhausting.
You don't know how badly Doc Samson wants to come out, but I can't. It's just a struggle. It's a struggle, Gregory.
I know.
But why no live? Why no live? At least for like 5 minutes. What's the deal? Yeah,
well, I don't know if my network would have worked particularly well over there because obviously I'm from Great Britain, so technically it's an international, it's a different country to me.
Do not act like we do not have Wi-Fi in Dublin, Gregory. We do. Do not act like the 5G is right there. Right there at the Lego store. What is the deal? What is the deal?
The deal was that I didn't have access to any Wi-Fi while I was there. I didn't actually search and look to see if there was like a Lego Wi-Fi or anything like that, Mr. O'Connor. But
imagine
yeah,
Cy then should have been able to do something. Huh?
Somebody should have done something for 5 freaking minutes. Is all I got to say. Okay. I'm like standing beside myself. Facing Megora, I cannot believe someone with at least as many subscribers as you did not do. I'm just
what
are you doing, Gregory? You are sponsored by Zammy. I mean, 10% off, everyone. Don't forget to do that. So yes, why did you not do your thing? What is going on, Gregory?
Well, I didn't. To be honest, Doc, between you and me, I didn't take my iPad with me. If I'd taken this with me, the iPad. See, there we go. I could just about see you from behind it.
You are a geezer, sir. Bringing an iPad. You have a phone.
This is true. I do have a phone as well. But do you know what? I was vlogging. I can't vlog and do a live thing. And you caught in like so. The preview you got an hour. We got in there for an hour for the preview. I can't believe I'm indulging him like this, but let's just go with it.
I wanted to know, Gregory. I wanted to know. I'm like,
he's
why
asking
is
good
it not
questions.
He's asking some good questions.
He grilled me too when everybody was at my house, and I didn't really vlog too much about it.
Yeah. Sorry, just turning this around. But for all we knew, right, no one was there. Then all of a sudden, you got these Photoshop pictures that went out with you and Claire and Lego Danny Bob.
Photoshops, indeed.
Yeah, I even tuned in. He's like, yeah, someone might turn up. Someone might not turn up. Anyway, it was lovely. Did you all get in the jacuzzi, or was it just were they there?
It was too hot for that, man.
It's too hot.
It's never too hot for a jacuzzi.
I was gonna say it never is.
I mean, maybe not, I guess, but I forgot to mention. I figured everybody kind of knew, but I forgot to mention the pool. Like we could have jumped in the pool if everybody wanted to, but I don't know, man. The time went by really quick too.
Yeah.
You would be surprised when you have a bunch of people in your Lego room and everybody's talking, like how fast the time goes.
Yeah, man, it does. Especially when you've just met them for the first time. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and I didn't, because if there was more time, there's like local places to go to buy Lego, like a place that's got like a bunch of minifigs you can buy. Not just Lego stores, but like actual like toy stores. Like I said, there's the pool. If it was cooler, we could have had a campfire, but it was just too hot for that as well. But yeah, I mean, there was more stuff. I didn't even get to show them really the rest of the house. Like they saw the first floor and then we went down to the basement, but I didn't get to really show them like other spots of the house just because like once we got down here, with the exception of like Danny, Bob and Dougie and a couple of people like that went outside in the yard to play spike ball.
Yeah.
Which is not a sport, by the way. Not a sport.
Is that an American? Is that some sort of American thing?
I actually never heard of it until Danny.
Some backyard bonanza ball.
Okay, I see. Can I ask Cy O'Connor a question?
Of course you can, Gregory. Anything.
Are you related? Are you related to Sinead O'Connor by any chance? Because if you were to take off the glasses and start singing "Nothing Compares to You." I think.
All right, Gregory, I've got to go now. I cannot believe you British people will not just stop. You will just not stop. Leave us Irish alone. Oh, good Lord. I love you all. I love you all. I'll see you all.
Nothing compares to you, Doc.
Yeah, nothing does compare to Doc Samson. That's for sure, folks. I need to know what's all this GLS malarkey about anyway as well. What's all that going on?
He told me, but I forgot.
Oh God! Does anyone else know? Is it Shy? You're the man who knows everything. No. You ever thought of doing a Cali Brick Click with Doc? Just wondering.
He's been coming out of a strange cocoon, like a very odd butterfly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right.
He's been going through some changes lately.
He definitely is. He's lost his hair for a start. He's got to.
You guys see what happened? He created something called Pin 15. Greg or Craig? Who's that? Greg or Craig?
Oh, wait, this is interesting. A very nice chap, actually. Where I live, I was on the phone. It was about a month ago. I was on the phone. I was having a chat with someone, and I'm in one of my favorite coffee shops, and I put the phone down, and this guy comes up to me, and goes, "It's Greg, isn't it, from London Bridge Bricks?" And I went, "Hello, yeah, I am." And this is right on my doorstep, and he's like, "Oh, I'm Matthew. I watch your stuff all the time and stuff like that." And I was like, "Oh, wow, thanks." And a really nice guy. So, Greg or Craig, lovely to see you. It really is. Hope you're having a good day as well. I haven't been able to get down to grab a coffee today. So I feel a little bit antsy, not having enough caffeine in my body, but there we go. Who else we got out there? We've got Dusty Bricks saying Garage Land Studios. Garage Land Studios. Oh, Garage Land Studios. So Garage Land Studios, is that because he's now got a studio in his garage or something?
He's always had a studio in his garage. I mean, his garage.
Yeah, in the garage.
We're teaching him English.
In the garage.
Well, if you listen to something enough, it just kind of becomes.
Oh, it rubs off. I'm rubbing off on him.
You're rubbing off on me.
So what was going to be your question? Yeah, I think I felt you had like a British Isles, English, UK, Great Britain, Republic of Ireland question coming up.
A lot of places for such a small area.
It is. We punch above our weight. We really do. And Tyson
too.
Oh, here we go.
Sorry,
didn't have the windshield in it.
Got a little too excited on that one.
Yeah. Show us what you've done so far over the course of the last 2 hours and 22 minutes. Look at that.
Has it been that long?
Oh, it's almost smiling. That is. You pull that down and put it up to your head. It looks like you're smiling then. That's good. That's good. No, take your fingers away from it. Take your fingers away from it. That's it. Hold the edges. That's it. You got it. Now flip it upside down. That's it. And there you go. See, you got a little smile. That's it. He can smile, even if it's made of Lego. Yeah,
occasionally.
Yeah. What do you think of it so far? You enjoying the build?
This sucks, but it's all right. No, I mean, like this part of it is like.
Even the dog don't like it.
But no, it's cool. I usually I start getting excited once I get to the part pretty much where you were at, where you start seeing the shapes of it.
Yeah,
that's when it gets a little more exciting.
Okay, all right. Well, something I did earlier on, and I really don't know what this is like because I literally did it. Like I uploaded it literally about 30 seconds ago. I did an unboxing video. So do you want to see a little bit of that? Shall I show you a little bit of the unboxing of it? Of this one, because it might actually give me a chance of 1 minute to actually build something. So
yes. I vote yes.
Oh, Doc's still there. I keep forgetting. Doc's got two. He got in here twice. He did. That cater room's looking good, by the way. Doc, Trevor, if you're out there, I want a cater room. Can you give me a cater room, please? Because what's cool about that particular section, Lego ideas. It really is.
Yeah, the best part about it is there's like 12 Technic steps, and then it's all system.
Yeah, nice. I like that. Anyway, folks, sit back a little bit, enjoy my favorite sort of transatlantic tune, and see what you think. And this might be a little bit of bag one involved in this as well. Anyway, stay calm, keep chatting, and I'll highlight your names as you chat away. So keep it on, folks, and here we go.
Oh, I keep sinking into your blue, yeah, I keep sinking into your blue.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, was bag 1. And of course the unboxing as well, which I thought I'd just pop in there quickly and stick on a decent tune. And that was that really. I always use that tune in the Transatlantic live streams.
Did you like edit all that just from like the first part?
That's what I was gonna say. How'd you make that video so quickly?
It was that's the 10 minutes I needed in between. That's why I went off really quick and just threw it together and uploaded it and hope for the best.
You're fast, man.
Well, I was gonna say,
I'm not that quick.
Shy and I take 8 hours to edit a video. People ask us how or why that takes so long, and I was like, it doesn't take you all 8 hours to edit a video at least?
No.
They always take longer.
I mean, that's like, there's not too much to it, but it's just a case of what takes the time is the rendering of it all. But no, it's all cool. It's all cool. What can I say? I don't build that fast. Cheap ass bricks. That was cracking me up. The Dusty Bricks. Say, slow down, mate. The stream's just started. That's
I didn't know he was talking to me with my champagne.
Yeah, this is it. Are you celebrating anything in particular, Josh?
I've had plenty to celebrate. Some of which some people here know about.
I thought it was just for the Transatlantic, but I mean,
do you guys want announcements?
Yeah, I mean, it must be good. So yeah, tell us, mate. Tell us.
I mean, I guess congratulations.
Positive news is always good.
Crack a bottle of champagne, but I'll just say, my wife cannot partake in the champagne.
Oh.
Is she in AA or something? Or?
Yes, Hive, you nailed it. That's what we're celebrating 2 months.
Oh, dude, congratulations, man. That's awesome, dude.
Thank you. Yeah, I've got 2 lovely bouncing baby boys right now, and we're about to have a lovely bouncing baby girl.
Nice. Look at that.
Yeah, congratulations, man.
Yeah, man.
You're muted, but yeah, Shy became a lot of Shy started celebrating women when he had a daughter, and my 3rd child is going to be a daughter due in February. Amazing. So we've got a little bit of time. Yeah, we're getting ready. It's
definitely a different process than having a boy, I imagine. I mean, I've never had a boy, but I had a girl, and
yeah, I've done boys. I'm used to boys. They were simple, and I don't know what I'm going to do with a girl. Probably cause a bunch of daddy issues when she turns into a teenager.
Well, I can say, I mean, I heard this before, but I definitely learned it having a daughter. They do have a much more special, I think, relationship with their dads than they do with their moms. Kind of like how boys do with the moms compared to like the dads. You know what I mean? Not say exclusively and specifically, but generally, they become very attached to their dads. Mm-hmm. And in my opinion, I don't know how true this is, but I think that as a dad, you kind of immediately you're the first one to establish to her what a guy should be like. Treat you with love and respect and kindness. You know what I mean? That was the best I could do with my daughter.
Oh my God.
Teach her to be a good person towards people, but yeah,
like I said, I'm inevitably going to screw this up.
You're gonna do fine, Josh. You're such a.
It's because you're a bloke. Don't worry about it.
You're such a good dude, man.
I'm gonna do the best I can. I'm gonna take advice from Shy.
Yeah,
your daughter's a couple years ahead of mine.
You know what the barbershop said to me when I was walking in with my daughter yesterday?
What?
She kept saying hi to everybody and was very cute and whatever, and just sat down quietly. And every single barber in that shop was like, "You are effed, man." She is going to give you a problem.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude, I know.
Yeah.
What brick pods? You guys got 2 daughters?
Yeah, 2 girls. Yeah,
Okay.
so we don't know the opposite side. So
okay, and Ian, how have you navigated being a dad to 2 young ladies?
Yeah, no, it's easier. I mean, obviously, there's less likely of getting weed in the face while changing them. So there's that benefit with girls.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to that.
That does
the cleanup.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, and there's got to be like technique involved there for that.
They mature faster than boys as well. So I know at least my daughter. Now, when she turned into a teenager, things got difficult, but she was a lot more mature and smarter, I think, than boys would be at that age. So that's a little bit nicer to deal with. unless she's like a tomboy or something that likes to go out and do things that might hurt herself. Yeah, it just depends on what kind of kid you got. But it's definitely a different experience than a boy, that's for sure.
Yeah, and that's good. And what was this? Are you gonna keep it as a 3 thing, or are you gonna go keep it even and do a 4th at some point?
All right. Well, now you're starting to sound like my wife, and you don't look as good as her. But she always said in our early days of marriage, no, Shy, not yet.
Shy.
We'll see, Shy. We'll see.
It's making me cross my legs just seeing you do that with your fingers, Shy.
No, and my
yeah,
wife
Mrs. Hyde brought that up to me too, and I was like, no.
My wife always said, she's like, we could have 2 boys and 2 girls, and that way everyone has a brother and everyone has a sister. All the bases are covered. But yeah, now that we got the girl, we might be done. We'll see if there's some surgeries in our futures or not. I'll of course keep you all informed. We're all very open here. Too much, too open. Some would say.
No, man. I don't think too open at all. I love our great conversations, man. I mean, and look, the thing is too is a lot of the thing is to predict, obviously your age and stuff and how you might feel in 18 years or whatever. It's going to get to that point where like.
Don't do that to me.
I'm not just saying. Like
he's going to be our age in 18
No, when you're
years.
talking about beyond, your daughter, if you do want to have another one or something, like that's probably, and it's not a selfish thing at all to think about. It's like, okay, am I going to want to have or deal with another kid in another 30 years, not 20, 30 years or something?
Yeah,
I can tell you right now, I'm not.
I'm not going to want to deal with another kid at the second. And I was 4 years young.
You know what reminds me of Homer Simpson? Remember every time like she'd get pregnant, he'd pull more of his hair out.
The thing is, though, the funny thing is, when my wife gives birth to this kid, she will have just turned 35 years old, which is by the American medical standard considered a geriatric pregnancy.
No way. Geriatric.
Yeah, we were talking about geezers earlier. I mean, you guys might call it a geezer pregnancy, but if you're over 35 and you have a kid in the US, you're a geriatric pregnancy, which means you got to have a bunch more appointments and everything.
Wow. See, that's the thing, right? In England, if you're a bloke, right, and you have a baby at that age, it's kind of pat on the back. Good on you, mate. You still got lead in the old pencil.
Yeah, no, but guys aren't the one that got to like push the baby out or anything either, man. Because I can't imagine.
Did you say lead in the pencil?
Yeah. No, dude. So like, look, the only thing that I've heard that even comes
it's a great phrase.
The only thing I've ever heard that comes close to comparing a pain that a man could have to a woman having a baby is maybe like kidney stones. Oh, yeah. And even that's not the same thing. But so having a baby for any age for a woman is difficult. But I can't imagine, once you start getting like older, because I'm sitting here talking about like it's hard for me to bend over now because my knee, you know what I mean? Like
you can imagine giving birth.
Giving birth. What?
Push out a baby.
You go, woo! What's going on? That's crazy, man. Yeah, that's the thing. I suppose you got to look at. I mean, my brother had a child when he was 49, and he said
Father Abraham over there.
Yeah, but he's in Boston now. So all my nephews that were English and they've moved over to America. They've got American accents there. It's bizarre when I talk to them. I was say to them, I said, "Do you remember when you had an English accent?" And like,
I was going to say,
well, that's because nobody's born with an accent.
We don't call that an accent over here. We just
I know. Well. Yeah, that's true. Actually, it's not. I suppose you don't.
Never heard. Oh, you have an American accent. It's like no, you're just talking normal.
And even in America, whether you're Southern, Southern's more of an actual twang type in your voice. But like because I've lived all over the states, and everybody has different dialect, slang, stuff like that. I'm sure there's quite a bunch of Texas talk that Josh knows that I'd be clueless.
I've only been here 7 years or so.
Well, and then it's not even that, but now it's even like this younger generation saying stuff. And look, I've probably been mean about it sometimes because I feel like some of their slang is just laziness. Like they can't say like it's suspicious. They got to say that's sus, or like, now we're doing everything in acronyms like LOL and IRL, and it's like, God dang, man, just
We've been doing that since my generation.
Hey, we had our own slang too.
Was it? I know, but was it lazy slang or was it just because it was cool?
I don't know. We grew up on AIM, AOL Instant Messenger, right, Shay?
Yes, we used to have the little blog things that you'd put on the bottom, little introduction to coding.
Yes, you would. You do little HTML. And
Like I'm still typing out like long proper sentences and stuff. You can tell my age every time I text.
Hi, are you IT literate? They used to say that to people.
Well, and then sometimes like I've done some things like if something is so funny that I am really like laughing out loud, I'll write laughing out loud instead of LOL. I think it means more.
All right,
like if you made me laugh like that, I'm gonna give you.
Nobody says laughing out loud.
No one. I've never said that. That is
I don't know anybody that's done that.
You are definitely a baby of the 70s, Hive.
I am.
I feel like if anybody were to type that out to me, they're being sarcastic to the point where I'm like offended.
I could just see Shy just looking
making fun of me.
What the? Yeah. What does that even mean? Oh God.
Funny.
Then Boston has a completely different accent. City, I'm not gonna lie, dude. And I got 2 sisters in Boston. Look, Bostonians are good people, but your accent sounds so damn snooty, dude. It sounds so snooty, like you act like your poo don't stink and you're better than everybody else. Let's go to the bar. Get in the car, everybody. We're gonna go to the bar.
The thing is, right? They got apparently my brother, who's lived out there now for 4 years in Boston, he says the taxis out there are horrific, and also as well, you don't have dustmen. Well, they don't have dustmen come round and take their trash away. It's got to do
Is that what you guys call garbage men over there?
Yeah, we call them bin men, garbage men.
The chimney sweeps, yeah.
Yeah, chimney sweeps. We've got all that. We still have chimney sweeps. I met one a couple of weeks ago at a wedding.
I don't doubt that.
We don't all have chimney sweeps.
No, look, to be fair, I don't know what they even call them over here in America, but clearly we have people that clean chimneys and stuff over here.
I guess I wouldn't call them a sweep.
Well, I imagine the sweep is because of the broom, but then again, you guys call cookies biscuits, and that messes me up. Dude, the first time I started talking to Greg about biscuits and gravy, yeah, that was an awkward
like you cover your cookies in gravy.
Oh God.
That sounds right though. A little bit, some Oreos and some like Southern gravy on that, some sausage.
I was just like, man, this is wrong. Oh my God, I've just built a seat. Look at it. I'm building this like this, thinking is this some sort of wall I'm building? And then I realized I turned it upside down. I was like,
yeah, you got some leather on there, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I like that.
I'd say that.
And David, I did love that highlighted comment. I chuckle out loud. That's great. That's great. I'm gonna start doing that. COL.
Chuckle out.
I might even do a GOL, a giggle out loud.
You gotta be careful as well, Hive, because LOL can stand for little old lady as well. So you gotta be careful.
Well, there's a lot of acronyms I can misinterpret, but you know,
Josh, which
I probably do.
No, I am a young generation person. I had a cell phone in middle school, and no one has ever said LOL means little old lady.
That's so funny. See, that does show the difference in our age because I didn't get a cell phone until I was in my early 20s. And to be quite honest with you, I didn't want one. Dude, because when I started seeing cell phones getting popular, I was like, oh, great. So people could just call me all the time, bug me, and I don't want none of that, man.
Well, the good news is our generation doesn't make phone calls.
I'm not good with the phone. Not even
no one's
texting.
gonna make a phone call.
Yeah, the only two people I keep in any kind of regular talk relationship is like my daughter and my mom.
I got a phone call a couple days ago, and I almost never answer my phone, but it was a relatively local number, and I was like, maybe I got a doctor's appointment or something, and I answered the phone, and I was like, hello, this is Josh, as I do when I don't know a number, and the person on the other end of the call was like, hi, can we trade Pokemon cards today? And I was like, wait a minute. I was like, is this my nephew? Like one of my nephews who lives a block over? And he was like, yeah, can I come over and trade Pokemon cards? And I was like, oh, you guys know how to use phones. I was like, come over this weekend. Yeah, heck yeah, we'll trade some Pokemon cards. But that's apparently the only kind of phone call I get these days is debt collectors and people wanting to trade Pokemon cards with me.
I tell you something I've never used in the 8 years I've lived in this house is my landline, my telephone landline.
Surprising you have a landline. We don't have those.
Yeah,
We have
I
to
haven't
have
had
them.
one in a long
We have to
time.
have them. What about you, Ian? When was the last time you used your landline?
We don't have a landline.
Yeah, you don't have to have them.
Oh, you don't. When I got my mortgage for this house originally 8 years ago, I had to have one back then.
Yeah, no, we got rid of ours.
Yeah, we
I
don't
think
need it.
we have that as a part of our internet plan. They're like, it's a phone and internet thing. But I was like, I'm not going to hook up a phone. They're like, we know no one hooks up phones anymore. So I was like, all right, give me internet.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, in some respects, internet is more important than water these days. It really is.
Well, see now,
saying something.
Now, I don't know what I'd do without my phone, and I don't mean that just on entertainment side of it, but even like with my job, like because my job is kind of remote too. Like the corporation company or whatever I work for they have no locations in my state. Like we do everything kind of remotely. No, I mean I don't. Obviously, I go to people's houses and fix stuff, but everything is run through the phone, man. Everything, work orders, time clock, your pay, just your benefits, information. Yeah, it's just that's something too that worries me. I'm not gonna lie. You know, is we need, and I don't know about the world, but I know in America we need to really rebuild our infrastructure. You know, not just with internet, you know, but like the electrical system, the water system. Dude, we need our roads, bridges badly.
Yeah,
really.
Wasn't there a bunch of stuff that passed that's supposed to make that happen?
Well, so I want to say what I'm about to say probably has something more to do with greed than anything, but I don't know. I've mentioned before about out in Washington State about how they recycle tires into the asphalt.
Oh yeah,
and their roads are. My uncle, when he was out there, and I think Khan has said this as well about just the roads are just magnificent.
Yeah,
they're beautiful, man, and they expand and contract because of the rubber and stuff. Yeah, and so my whole thing is, I see in Baltimore, you know, like they burn tires and stuff. You know what I mean, or whatever. It's like I don't understand why every state wouldn't take from that, and because most of the East Coast states, unless you get into some really nice areas or whatever, but even that can be sketchy. But like, there's the roads are horrible. And I'm like, God dang, dude, like I'm all about paying some taxes, okay? Because taxes do good things for us, you know, but they have to be utilized in the right way. And I'm like, why are roads just so crappy? So
you can't burn tires up here in Washington. That's another thing.
Well, you shouldn't be burning them anyways for crying out loud. You know what I mean?
But clean air laws up here and be like, no, bust that guy.
But it makes so much more sense to do that with the roads, man. And not only that, but you're taking, but it seems like it would be cheaper because the filler of the road is the rubber tire, so it's filler and it's recycled, so it's not even like you're paying for it.
We do that here. We put rubber into our tarmac here, and it actually makes it quieter.
Yeah,
it absorbs.
And it's better on your car, dude. It's better on your cars.
Yeah.
You know, the terror that your car goes through going through potholes and just constantly crappy roads, man. It puts a big mark in it.
It does indeed. Now, don't forget, folks, everybody who's in the panel today, even those that aren't, because we had Cabbage in earlier on as well on Hive's side of the Transatlantic live stream. All the details you'll find down in the description below. And you know what? While you're down there, do us a favor. Give us a thumbs up. Let's see if we can get up to 50 today, folks. We'll get close, I'm sure of it. But the higher, the better. You know how it goes, folks. You know how it goes. So I'm curious. Josh, how are you getting on with your build, my friend?
I chose speaking over building recently. Sorry, speaking.
It gets like that. Don't worry.
Speaking in the background. I think I'm in the guts of the. I think that's one of my dogs. You guys can blame each other. I think I'm in the guts of the Technic parts. This is the part that people don't like, where it's just a lot of gears and axles. And I go, this is probably going to be a gearbox or something.
Yeah.
I'm in that part of the build right now.
Let's take a look. Let's have a closer look at that gearbox, because that is almost the heart.
All right, Josh. That generally is like, where you're going to get a steering wheel thing or whatever.
The newer builds use like, here they are. They're these pieces, which are interesting pieces, which like they allow the
Oh,
gears to actually be shifted because it's a very weird piece.
That is a weird piece.
I'll tell you what, man. One thing you got to give up for Lego is just their mathematical precision on parts, dude.
I've said it in every Technic set I've reviewed. I have said it's basically magic. I do not understand how someone or some group of people conceptualize these builds and turn them into actual working vehicles.
I'm right there with you, dude. It's the amount, and this is my personal opinion. My brain can't function like that. Now I can play chess and think a few moves ahead, but trying to think of like, dude, look at those cars with the like. And everybody knows I'm not a fan of Technic, but dude, I respect Technic, and I definitely respect it for its strength. You know, when we have like builds that need to be a core strength. But yeah, like what he's building right now, like with those gears and all that,
it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Like, and even if you can get, even if you're smart enough to, okay, I got the gear part, like that little section, but then trying to incorporate it into like a bigger thing and not only making it work, but also making it cosmetically pleasing. You know, you don't want something that's just going to stick out or look stupid. Yeah.
As far as I know, the guy that actually invented the gearbox did go crazy. They were kind of.
I have heard a lot of times. I don't know if it's true, like fictional or fact, about people that are extremely smart. Like it's hard for them to, I guess, for just to have a normal brain function. You know what I mean? Like a lot of, like for me, I could live here and I could stare at the wall for like 5 minutes and think about something. You know what I mean? Just be lost in thought. But I'm not thinking about probably anything smart. You know, I'm just lost in thought. But for somebody like Hawkins, Einstein, or some of these Lego designers, man, that can do these things or whatever. Yeah, your brain is a constant sponge for, I guess, knowledge or whatever, right? I mean, because if you've got like, even more so if you have a photographic memory, I feel like that could drive you nuts, dude. Like never forgetting anything. Because I think that's a good process that our brains have, is to forget certain things. And obviously, I don't know this from personal experience, but people that have had traumatizing things that have happened to them, their brains are able to, like, you know, block that out.
Yeah, the brain stops the trauma.
Yeah, but if your brain just never could close down like that, yeah, dude, it would probably drive you crazy.
100%, mate.
Yeah,
I got into a car accident. What was it? 6 or 7 years ago at this point. I got T-boned from the side very hard, and I was in the hospital for like 5 days. But people are like, oh, what was it like? Are you okay? And I was like, I have no idea. I don't remember. From the second of impact to like a day and a half later, I woke up and I was like, yeah, it's fine. I don't remember anything of it. My brain was just like, yeah, we're not going to make long-term memories of this part. That's not going to help us in the long run.
Dude, the brain is an amazing thing.
Yeah, go
like
figure.
Even more so than I think people even realize, man. You know, something I learned, I watched this, he doesn't have as many videos now anymore, but I watch a channel called Vsauce. And and it's, you know, it's knowledge, learning stuff, but in a very creative kind of way. But just the stuff I've learned from that show alone about how, like, so when you move your eyes, eventually, like, your brain kind of blocks out the blur that your eyes see when you move your eyes to look at something else. And but there's a whole thing behind that, because when that happens, you actually lose a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of like a second, but it adds up like through a whole 24-hour period. You know what I mean? It's just fascinating stuff, but the brain is crazy, man. The one thing I'm hoping, and I don't think it's going to happen, that scientists or whoever, philosophers, whatever, will be able to figure out is consciousness. I am dying to figure out consciousness, dude.
Well, I mean, that's what they're trying to do with AI, and that's going to be a massive can of worms.
Well, and the thing is, I really want to lean towards science on this, but dude, I can't say, man, because what makes us different from animals? You know what I mean? That next step, you know, of our chain of processing, you know, of thinking about stuff, you know, and what makes us who we are. Of course, a lot of it is experience, who you've grown up with, genetics, that kind of stuff. But there's clearly something else there, and
spirit.
That's where like more of a religious aspect comes.
I know, but the thing is, right.
But it's something. It's definitely something.
We are not the sum of our parts. You can put all our bodies together, stitch it all together, transfuse it all together, but it will not wake up. It will not do something because it ain't got that soul, that spirit. There's something else there.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Well, did you hear about how science brought to life a rat without sperm or egg? They created it in a lab and it came alive.
Wait, what? Without sperm or egg?
It was a recent discovery. Scientists were able to use stem cell DNA to create a life form. It was a rat. They didn't let it live very long, but it began to form into a embryo.
Man, I'll tell you what.
There was no sperm, no egg involved.
That stuff worries me, man. That stuff worries me.
No God was involved. The life form was being made.
Because look, I can tell you, I'm a big man of science, man. But there are some things I think that if we start dipping around and messing with, like, it just scares me, dude. It's gonna be like a scary movie or something.
Where does it end? It's a bit like the thing that I find fascinating is the fact that in the future, is that we'll be eating meat that's been created in a lab.
Well, there's been a lot of speculation about a lot of different similar type things. And genetics is always right at the top of that list that they're talking about, because another and this is a very, I don't know if you really talk about it. I don't want to make anybody mad, but it's a very controversial discussion about what would happen if we had the science and you could mold your baby to look or whatever, or be however you want it to be.
Didn't Michael Jackson do that already?
It's I don't know.
We'll see when Blanket turns what? When Blanket develops superpowers, we'll know.
Well,
like superpowers would be kind of awesome.
Okay, so one thing that differentiates us from a lot of things and each other to a certain point of view, and Ian, I'm definitely interested to know what you think of this, because I'm sure you've got something to say about this.
Yeah, it's already in my head.
is a conscience. And you can upload your conscience these days, and you can have a conversation with someone who's passed away, and an algorithm will choose how they respond based on stuff that they've inputted into some database during the course of their life. Ian, any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, how someone responds is purely based on their history. So if you have an accurate map of their history, then you can work out how they'll respond to anything. So, it takes a huge amount of information to get it right. But the easy thing with that is that because they're dead, you have no way of knowing if it's right or not. So they could respond completely randomly, and it's not how they would have actually responded, but you've got no comparison to make at that point. So you can get
that's a very good point on that.
And ultimately, it's still not the same person.
Yeah. And I truly agree with that, Shai. Like that's
not the same person. It's a copy.
Yeah, and also as well, if they got out, you could get out of bed on the wrong side one day and just have the hump and give a completely different answer to what some algorithm.
So, do you think that consciousness may not be more of a thing but an ability? Because clearly, things that mold you again are your peers, family, your memory, history, environment. Yeah, there's all these different things that slowly. Because do you think that you're even the same person that you were 20 years ago?
No, 100% not.
That's a nature versus nurture situation.
Well, it's kind of like
two boys, and they both came out in the same exact environment, but one is jolly and happy, and one is sad and morose by default. And it's like kids come out with their personalities.
Yeah, I feel like that's true, though. I feel like you're right, though, Josh, because there's got to be something more distinct, even if it's a genetic from your parents or something. You know what I mean? But it's just still. But that's not even right either, because it doesn't mean they're going to come out like let's say you're a jolly person and they don't come out like a jolly type person,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's fascinating stuff. It really is.
It is a bigger question than we can answer here.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, because we're just trying to. I mean, we're struggling to build creator expert cars, let alone talking about DNA and designer babies.
I was like, I don't know how much more information about cars I have, though.
Yeah, I know a little bit about carburetors, but I know quite a lot about DNA.
Start talking about my car, and then we're going to get into a time travel discussion.
I tell you what, right? I got a question for the panel. Yeah, time travel. The things would change. Here's the thing, right? So, what? And this is a question to everyone on the panel. I'm going to start off with Hive on this one, and chat. Tell me what yours is as well. What in the history of you driving, Hive? What has been your favorite ever car that you've had?
That I've actually owned.
Yeah, the one that you've owned.
It was probably a really nice S10 pickup truck that my uncle was selling me. I had it for about a month, and then I totaled it.
Oh no!
Like, it was a really nice truck. Like, he had an awesome paint job and nice rims on it and stuff. It was just totally decked out. And he's like, he had like 2 vehicles. He had a really good job, so he had like 2 other vehicles. And he's like, you know what? I didn't have a vehicle. He's like, I'll go ahead and sell you my truck. I made like 1 payment. I was getting ready to make my second payment. Just trash, dude. They couldn't even salvage it. So that was actually probably my favorite.
You're naughty.
Yeah.
Oh, to be young.
Yeah.
Well, Ian doesn't drive, so he did. Yeah, he can't really say. I don't suppose have you actually ever owned a car, Ian? I mean, just because you don't drive doesn't mean. No. Okay, dodge that one. So, Carrie, who doubles up as the Brickbods cab service. Carrie, what's been your favourite car?
I've only had 3 cars, and 2 were both the same make.
I've
had two Volkswagen Polos, and then we've had a Touran now.
Oh, Touran. Like that's the Volkswagen, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, blooming good makes of cars. You obviously like your German car automobiles. So this is nice.
My mum always had the same car, so I just went with what I knew.
Oh, that's so cute. Honestly, you're so family orientated. Honestly, it's lovely, you two. Now, talking of family orientation, Shy Time, you're very much into your family. You've got several different types of family that you kind of, how can I put it, immerse yourself in from time to time. But in terms of cars or maybe motorbikes, what's been your favorite one through time and why?
For my car, it would be my last car before I had a family, which was an RX-8, a Mazda RX-8.
The good old days.
It's a rotary engine.
Yes.
I had it fixed up. Engine was tuned out.
It's a coupe. It's a beautiful car.
It's confusing because it's supposed to be a coupe, but it fits 4 people because the back seat opened up. So it's very spacious inside for what it looks like. But I used to drift with it like it was a show car. Put my heart and soul into it. And then one day I was like, I need to buy a ring for my wife, and then or to propose.
Car for a
I
ring?
sold it, and then I had enough to put for a wedding and buy her a ring. And for 5 years after that, I didn't have a car until
that's such an apt metaphor.
Yeah, right.
It was. I tell you what, mate. Yeah, because I totally looked at buying one of those as well. And an RX-8 because it got this rotary engine. I was always fascinated by this.
I don't recommend a rotary engine for anything.
I know they're meant to be a bit dodge, which is why I never went for one. And instead, what I bought, and this is to this day is my favorite car that I ever had. I had a Toyota Celica, and that was a coupe. And dude, it was
we call those Celicas here.
Oh, Celicas. Oh, we call them Celicas.
I was going to say,
am I wrong, Shy? Are we talking about the same car?
I know we are talking about the same car, dude. Honestly, the Toyota Celica, and it was like I just loved it. It had the spoiler on the back. It was the 190 version, and he just basically laid in it when you was driving it. It was just, I loved it. I had so much fun in it, and I proper used it. Handbrakes, turns, and I completely abused it and everything. But I loved it. I really did. It was like I felt like a racing driver when I drove it. what about? I mean, and Josh, you probably need to drive a bus now with all the kids you're getting. What?
All right.
In time, and you can count horses because I know you're from Texas. But what in time? What's been your favorite car that you've ever had or motorbike?
I'll tell you my favorite to own, or well, I've never owned great cars. I can tell you my favorite that I've driven in a second. But yeah, right now I have a minivan, and there's nothing wrong with that.
No,
it's got 3 rows of seats, and all of the seats fold flat, completely flat. And so I could haul full 4x8 sheets of plywood in that thing if I need to. I just had to drive the thing down to Houston last week, and I folded all the seats flat, and I put tons of stuff in the back of that thing. I love our minivan, and yeah, soon we're gonna need that 3rd row of seats.
Yeah. So your mini is it literally the Clubman? Is that the Clubman? That one?
No, not a mini. It's a mini. We call them minivans. It's a Dodge.
Oh, it's a Dodge. Right?
Yeah, it's weird because they're really mini. I think it's just they're more sleek
with sliding doors.
Yeah,
and some of them got DVD players and stuff. I don't know if ours does.
Some of them are pretty decked out, man.
Ours isn't great, but it can hold all of the kids in the family. And I work from home, and my wife doesn't work, so we've had one car for years and years, and it's been great for us, and that's been fantastic. But
I'd never drive if I didn't have to.
No, I love my minivan.
I just hate driving.
In my younger days, I worked for well, it was a church, but we did production right, and I was in the production department. And it was at least some Father's Day weekend or something where we had a Lamborghini Gallardo that we were driving out onto the stage, and I was in charge of production there. And my boss was like, "Hey, can you pull the Lamborghini out into the parking lot? The owner wants to come pick it up." And then he was like, "You should take a few laps in it too while you're there." And like, what am I going to say no to that?
Exactly.
So I was hauling around the parking lot in a Lamborghini. It was lime green, as you would expect a Lamborghini to be, with the paddle shifters and stuff. In hindsight, well, my wife, I don't know if she was my wife at the time, I was like, "Get in, let's go for a ride." And she was like, "No, I don't want to indulge in this lifestyle that we're not going to achieve in our lifetime."
Oh.
But hey, I'll peel around the parking lot in a Lamborghini. I had a great time.
Yeah.
I got up to 70 or 80 in the parking lot. Not a very long straightaway, but it doesn't take long.
Dude, I've driven Lamborghinis before, and I've and not because I drive them around the roads. I like occasionally. My wife's bought me a couple over the last sort of 10 years that we've been together, and there've been like days when you can go to tracks. I got Silverstone not too far away from here, and
that's
one or two other tracks, and so I can go there and pay so much for the day, and I can get to drive supercars. And the Lambo, I've never driven a car that for me was just too powerful for what it was. It was angry. It was just like, just wanted to skid it. It was such good fun. But yeah, it was the Lambo is nice, and I like to indulge in stuff like that. I'm kind of glad I've got to pay the tax on it, or worry where I got to park and stuff like that. So,
yeah, I'd never want to own one, but I'd love to drive them.
Yeah, well, that's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. Doc or Khan, have you ever indulged in some sort of form of car vehicle?
I don't know what you mean by indulge in a car vehicle, but I'm just surprised that nobody pointed out how Shy's story was the same plot of Fast and Furious 2. Much love to the Shy, but come on.
Fast and Furious 2, he's running away from the cops.
I just made up a number, Shy. Because I'm like, Shy's clearly the Asian Dom, okay? Clearly.
I do miss driving stick.
Me too.
I was like,
there's something about driving.
I love driving.
You have so much more control of your car.
Yeah, I love a gear stick.
It's more fun. It's more fun changing the gears.
I even wore. This is a band I like, but I thought I would reference Lego because they're called Clutch, but also driving a clutch. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I've only had the S10 was a clutch, and then I had a Chevy Lumina.
Ooh, nice.
I think it was a Lumina. No. It was a Cavalier. I had a Chevy Cavalier.
I had that too. 5-speed. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Yeah,
Rack
it was a
and
great
pinion
car.
steering. It had all the sports stuff on it, and it was
Rack
like
and
cheap ass
pinion.
motherfucking car. Yes.
But it's just
Do cars even come in
amazing.
stick anymore?
What's that?
Do cars even come in stick anymore?
Not as much. I was trying to teach teach my daughter how to drive a stick, just in case if you ever need to. You know, it's a good thing to know.
My wife taught me stick. That's how I learned.
My wife taught me
out of high school. Yeah,
I was just fortunate enough that I lived up in northern Michigan when I had a car that was a stick the first time. So I was out in the middle of nowhere, so I could just drive and not worry about.
When you guys say stick, is that like stick on the column or actual proper gear stick? On
Gear
the,
stick, gear stick.
Yeah,
wicked.
yeah.
Yeah. Delivering a clutch and all that. Now, imagine going up first hill, Shy.
Oh, dude, I remember.
Oh, dude, stopping and parking and stuff. That was also
you got to fill the engine and the clutch. You know?
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I'll say, all you guys, you're all romanticizing driving stick. Like my wife and I, when we went down to one car, it was a Scion. It was the XB. It's like a square box of a car. But then I went off. It's a cool car. But then I went off to Seattle, which is all hills, man. I lived there for months, and it's like I hated every time I had to stop at a red light on a hill because I'm like, I'm gonna roll backwards into whoever's behind me. It's not.
You didn't learn to use the emergency
I will admit.
Look, I know how to drive stick, and I'm grateful for that. But I'm so glad that I don't have to worry about that crap when I park on a hill now in Texas.
No, but
you guys have
right,
hills in Texas?
That did happen to me. That did happen to me. Years and years. It was like I wasn't new at it, but I was at a stop sign waiting for traffic, and yeah, you know, it was that truck. Actually, it was that truck. It was my S10, and there was a guy, and he pulled up like. He was right on my ass, dude.
I look at those people in the rearview mirror.
Yeah, dude. I'm like, what are you doing? And there's, you know, it's just a small 2-lane road. You know what I mean? And there's no one else around. It's kind of like if you're in the men's bathroom pissing out a urinal, and the guy comes up, and instead of taking one from a distance, stands right next to you. I'm like,
I'm that guy that'll do that to people.
Yeah,
like, dude.
and then as you're there, he's going.
Didn't want you already wants to talk to you. I'm like, this is private time, man. Anyways, but yeah, when I went to switch into the first gear to go, I guess it lagged just a little too much. And right when I hit the gas and I started going up, I just barely tapped him. And before I got onto the road, he gets out of his vehicle and starts screaming at me, man. That was not a good day. I tell you what, I went off on that dude. He should have just left it alone. But instead, yeah, it was.
Let's have a look at the chat, see if they've come up with
I saw some good ones, man. Papa's Bricks was a 67 Chevy or something, a Mustang.
Yeah, 60. He says my dad had a 68, so it works on together too. Oh, nice, 68. What else we got out there? KO says something about mods. He says my dad refuses to use modern made versions of the part. He wants all OEM. Very cool. Stutted is saying exactly, Papa Bricks. One day when my dad is gone, I'll still have the car we built together to look back at memories. Oh, that's very cool. I like that. So, nice memories. Angry or Sandy Green? Couldn't tell what you said. Stutted is saying it was his car in his teenage years. Blimey, he's done well out of that. That's for sure. Let's have a scroll through. Yeah, and Stutted finishes off by saying the late 60s are great years for American muscle cars. Yeah, well, when I went to Cuba, there was lots of old cars from America there from the 1950s.
There's something, yeah. I was never really a big gearhead. I really liked cool looking cars, you know, fast cars and stuff like that. But I just didn't know a lot about them, you know. But there's no doubt cars, mechanics, motorcycles, you know what I mean, have been a bonding experience for a lot of people, family, friends, brothers, you know what I mean? Shy has a whole family, you know what I mean, that revolves around motorcycles. So it's definitely, and again, I would like to think that's also like that in other parts of the world as well. Cars are just fascinating things.
Well, I think cars are a bit like art to people, aren't they? Really, Like,
yeah,
I personally, I drive a Mini, little Mini Cooper, and it's great. And the thing I love about having a Mini is it never ages because it's just a Mini. You know what I mean? You look at it, you go, oh, it's a Mini. You could look at a Mini that's just rolled out of the factory. Oh, it's a Mini. Look at a Mini from, say, 20 years ago when BMW first kind of started pushing out these new style of Minis. And you're like, oh, it's a Mini. Like, it's not really much that changes about them, to be honest.
Well, and plus, you know, people it's almost like a talent too. Like, you know, for instance, I tell all my friends, like, hey man, if your AC is not working or something's wrong with the appliance or something like that, I was like, you know, message me. And maybe I can help you figure it out before you got to pay a bunch of money to somebody or something like that. You know, and I have mechanic friends like that. I say, hey man, my car's making this noise. I'm like, I've never heard anything about it. And they usually could just tell me like, hey, you need to replace your air filter or something, you know? Yep. It's just good to know, you know, dude, it's like, even like Lego, man, you know, we all have friends that are really knowledgeable about different aspects of Lego.
Yeah. Craig's my go-to man for stuff like part names and numbers and stuff like that. He's got such a head for a library of parts. It's unreal.
Yeah, I'm so grateful for some people that have that knowledge too. Like TJ, you know, Titanium J is like that. Like, even if he doesn't know, Jay's good at finding out answers, man. That's why he's like, of course, he's our friend. We love him to death. But that's why he's also a really good, vital part of Good Morning Brick World, man, because he will just find stuff for us, man. Like nothing. It's crazy. And then, of course, there's people that have information on stuff that you can just generally trust, you know, like when Ryan talks about some Lego Star Wars thing. I mean, does it mean he's going to be 100% right? No, but generally he's pretty right on about stuff.
Yeah, it's a good source of info for that sort of thing.
Right. And if he thinks it's not going to be, he'll tell you that at the beginning of the video.
Yeah.
Could be janky.
He'll be like, I don't know where you heard that from, but but I ain't heard anything about that. Yeah,
and he's done well. He's just at 500,000 subscribers,
man, right? It's crazy.
Congratulations, Ryan.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Oh, he's put the hours in, that's for sure.
Well, and plus, you know, I mean, at this point, Ryan's like a veteran YouTuber now, man. I mean, he's got at least a decade under his belt, at least, maybe a couple years more than that now.
Oh, gee, that's for sure.
Yeah. And you're right. He puts in the work, man. He puts in the grind. I mean, and it's pretty wild because Ryan generally is just talking out of his bedroom. It's not like he's got a big studio kind of thing going on or anything.
One day.
I remember a long time ago
when
I came out of my dark ages, I asked a question on Ask Him and R. And he picked my question one time. This was like way before I knew who he was, like before he knew me or anything. And I remember telling Mrs. Hive, I was like, David Ryan picked one of my questions. I was like a fanboy, dude.
I found him through M&R News.
I miss his news program, dude. What he used to say is like the leakiest, the laziest.
Yeah, like button-down tees. Remember that?
And it once again showed me, because this has happened with different people that are kind of famous that I've met in my life. I've met a lot of celebrities for some reason, just awkwardly. But he was nothing like what I thought he was. You know, like once I started really like getting to know him and stuff, he was nice and cool, and I saw how he was with people that are his fans and everything. Hey, we got an adult dating site in here. Heck yeah, man.
We have.
Who's got their credit card ready?
As a small YouTuber, I like to diversify.
Hey, it says HD at least, you know.
Oh yeah,
and they claim it's the best adult dating. That's
quite a
statement.
That's a bold statement. Yeah. Hive could definitely, check that out.
Dude, I remember I used to love. I didn't even care about bots and stuff until I found out they didn't actually give you views, and I was like, oh well, then they gotta go, because I used to leave them in there. I was like, yeah, give me some views. Yeah, I know.
It's all about the views.
I know, man.
Thank you, mods, for sorting that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of patron perk. I like that.
It's a patron perk. I feel like I'm still not building as fast as I should.
We're having a good chat. There's nothing wrong with that, mate.
Yeah. We've built more stuff already, so we're outdoing you. We've got some monster trucks going on here.
Oh,
you guys are like
they're building. Oh, they're two different too.
Okay, well, his and hers.
Yeah, mine's one purple one, obviously.
Oh,
And
see, I like
because
the build of Carrie's better, but I like the colors of Ian's better.
Ian's got teeth on his. His is pretty cool.
Oh, that's even better.
Nice. Are they the ones?
Also, you can see that torso. It's got teeth on the torso.
Yeah. Hey, Ian.
yeah.
That's it. Someone with arms. Oh, I like that. It's like a big teeth. That would be a good one for like Halloween. I reckon.
Yeah.
Harry. Cool.
And so we've also got a little. You can hold it up. Oh, it's bright in here.
Isn't it? That Carrie's all of a sudden very exposed.
A little sunlight in there.
Yeah.
Is this the first generation of stunts?
That's pretty nice, man. That's the first time I've seen it like built.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I like that big ring.
That's good.
Someone's getting a free ride on the stunts bike.
Can you give us a demonstration of a stunts vehicle?
Can you guys see? Because it looks like that sunlight's just beating right
Ian.
Nice.
Look at Ian. He's like, you need your sunglasses out. You're roasting your chickens out in that garden.
Camera angles down anymore.
Look at him suffer, folks. This is global warming in real time.
Goodness. Right, let me see if I can swap the camera over.
All right.
That one?
No, the other one's it's not plugged in.
Oh, it's not plugged in. Yeah. Can't swap the camera over because I don't have enough ports on my laptop.
That'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
But it is cool. And it was like 50% off this set, I think. The stunt stuff. You get some good discounts.
Yeah.
Look,
It's the way to get stunt sets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is it me though? Ever since Lego said their prices are going up, we have had some phenomenal deals in the UK. Like it's been crazy.
Walmart's over here. I'm not sure about Target, but Walmart's have been throwing down some pretty good clearance more than
Not at my Walmart.
Normally, mine aren't that great, but I've been finding some pretty decent stuff, man. So those Buzz Lightyear sets, dude. That ship it was like normally $50. I got it for $30, and then there was was it Mulan? Was it Mulan? I don't know, but anyways, I got one of the Princess sets for like it was normally $50, and I got it for 30 or 13 or something like that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's got some really cool pieces in it. I wish their animals looked like normal Lego animals. I'm like, you guys, okay, you did the mini dolls, but you had to go and
yeah, I've always wondered about that.
Like the animals.
Why did they do the animals different? They could have kept.
And some of them I still like so much. I still have used. But
there's a good one in the castle in the 2022 Lion Castle. Sorry, Lion. What is it? I always go to call it Lion's Gate. It's Lion Knights, isn't it? Lion Knights Castle.
Knights.
Yeah, there's a little lamb in that. Talking a bit shy. Did you ever find your one?
Nope. I have no idea where he is.
Oh, bummer.
I'm missing that and the queen. They're in the house.
No, not the queen.
Are you serious?
The kids were playing with it. I have no idea where they are. I'll find it eventually.
Oh, children. Yeah.
Oh, I found something on another night thing. I was gonna skip to you too. I was like, God dang it! It's all right. I'll start adding them up again once I see them.
Thanks.
I thought I got everything though, but apparently I still have tons of Lego I haven't thoroughly sorted
good.
through.
I'm in no rush.
All right. By the way, speaking of all that stuff though, but dude, your army is.
It's huge.
I feel like even epic isn't quite the right term for that, dude. It's getting quite large. And it's not even just that it's all just large. Like you have these different factions. And then you did like the elephant thing. And it's just.
Yep.
It's crazy.
If you go to a convention, you will see it. I'm bringing it to Chicago.
Yes. Nice.
I just ordered a bunch of plates from Bricks and Pieces, so I'm going to mill it out. So that way it looks better than on the base plate.
I think I'm gonna mills my mock as well, just so I can run wires and stuff through it. So yeah, that'll work.
It's almost like a thing you need to do these days. Mills. It's almost like it's a prerequisite to stuff, and it does in the long run help you out if you're ever displaying stuff.
And I think we're gonna have to Mills my city eventually too. But anyways,
I've got 8 meals plates over there that I've made up. That I'm just. I mean, this is the thing, right? The Sanctum Sanctorum. I bought that literally I got it early. I got it a couple of days before it even came out. But even then, it was discounted, right? It was like you can buy it. We can buy it in this country, right, for £70 off. Which I don't understand. Yeah, it's like, man, at one place, it was almost 50% off. It was in Costco's. Almost 50%. I can't believe it. But BrickBods, are you ever thinking of ever displaying anywhere at all?
So we're displaying at the Great Western Brick Show in October, is it?
Yeah, first weekend of October.
We're going to take our underwater scene down there.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. I'd like to go to that one, or maybe there's another one, Brick Links, LINCS, I think it is. I still like to go to that one. But yeah, and Lego Madness says I see lots of people are getting Series 23 early as well.
Yeah, I've been seeing a bunch of that.
Okay,
great minifigs.
Yeah, they are actually, and yeah, I'll definitely be grabbing those because they got some like quite Christmassy ones in those. A Nutcracker, if I remember rightly.
And not to be sore sport, but they're going to be the last ones before we get the boxes, right?
Oh yeah, I'm not looking forward to that at all. I'm really not. I don't like. I don't like the idea of the boxes because I like blind bagging them. I like feebling the minifigures. But I think Ian doesn't mind boxes. Do you, Ian? Are you a box fan?
I think boxes is a good idea. I think moving away from the plastic is good. And so, it was inevitable. When they said they were going to get rid of all plastic, it was really the only option they had.
I'm surprised, honestly, they haven't done it a lot sooner.
What about...
Because on their end, they're like, look, they're blind bagged. You're not supposed to know what you're getting anyways.
Yeah.
And I hate that, but it's the truth. Yeah. I mean, I hate it a lot. But
and to be fair, they're not... If you look at like a lot of the other blind bag type toys that you can get, they're not that expensive. You get ones where you're paying at least £5 for some soft, cuddly toy thing that you've no idea what it is till you open it.
I don't like those either. I feel like it's gambling. It's gambling for children.
No, it's a waste of money. My kids want those all the time. They want blind boxes for $5 a pop until it's in a little plastic ball or something.
Yeah, because somebody also brought up the whole Pokemon card stuff to me as well. You buy a pack of Pokemon cards. I mean, now the thing I rebutted to it was because I did agree with what they said, but I said, but at the same time, you get at least multiple cards. You know what I mean? So it's not like you're just getting one card.
Different game.
But
to trade with your friends. It's meant to be a social thing.
Yeah, if you have friends.
Yeah, and if you got time.
Well, look, nowadays I'm selling stuff on Whatnot, so I don't even care if I get extras, dude. I'm gonna just sell them anyway, so I can't complain about it. But it's just I will anyways. But yeah, I understand people's arguments about not knowing. You know what I mean? I get it. I do, because it's not like they're cheap. But you know what? I guess if we don't buy them, maybe Lego will change their mind. Money talks.
Still gonna buy them.
What about poly bags though, Ian? Because I mean, they're still making poly bags.
Yeah, but at some point they'll stop.
Yeah,
that's the point. Is that
they have? Is it by 2030 they want to get rid of all plastic?
I don't know, but I feel like the sun is just too much now. Just turn the sun off, please, Ian.
I would see it happening to the poly bags, but I guess we'll call them poly boxes now. Wait, that doesn't make any sense either.
Poly boxes.
There's nothing poly about them, though, is there?
Well, there's already no boxed sets that are less than $10 at this point.
What's that all about then?
I don't know. The only Lego you can get for less than $10 is in a bag.
How much are your stunts car things?
Yeah, our stunts are, well, I guess, yeah, okay, you've proved me wrong immediately. Those are between $7 and $9.
Yeah, but I think with tax, well, see, over here in America, we got tax, so they probably would crack a $10 mark with it.
But like a set is, they're $10 sets, but those are all in boxes.
But gone are the days when poly bags, not even CMFs, but just poly bags were like the cheapest way we can get some Lego, pretty much, I feel like. I mean, it might still be right now, but and just look, it's stuff we'll have to get used to, or not.
Yeah, I mean I just wish though, Ian, that they'd come up with something like an equivalent of something that you could feel. That's all I wish, because I just don't like. I'm not going to be bothered to go down the store and say, right, I'm going to buy a load of boxes and duplicate and stuff like that. I'm just going to go in the store and say, give me the range, and they'll give it to me. And if you buy them in the first week, they'll just give them to you. Otherwise, I'll buy them from some dude or dudette on eBay and get the set then. So it's kind of like swings and roundabouts.
Well, and I don't know if this is a bad type of example or whatever, but I think about like if a kid, maybe he's got an allowance or something like that, you know, and let's say he's got $20, you know, and he goes to the Lego store and he buys 4 CMFs, you know what I mean? And they're all the freaking same.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's an army and they're really excited. Kids love the same thing.
Yeah. I guess. I don't know.
Did they?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, they watch the same program like 20 million times. So the repetition is their thing.
Yeah.
But man, that adult dating site is back, and it's like calling to me. It's
Need HD.
Not just kidding.
Best adult dating site. Oh yeah.
But you know, I don't know. I really don't, and I don't even know. Like, it's just such an obscure. Like Lego's so obscure. You know what I mean? Sometimes with stuff that it's hard to even figure them out. Like, do they do the blind bags for money purposes, or is it more of a surprise? You know, like a legitimate, like you can get surprised. You don't know what you're getting. I don't know. I really don't.
There are so many of them out there, and you know, all different types of toys and stuff. And so, I don't know.
I'm not even mad if it's for money.
Like it, or you know, it is just a way of making money.
Yeah, I mean, because like, look, a company, and I want them to make good money and all that. And again, even if I don't like something, they're not forcing me to buy it. You know. That's the thing that I think a lot of us, myself very much included, is we get emotionally attached to a lot of stuff, man. And we think that we're special in the way that like Lego should just look out for us. And look, and I do agree with that as far as being a customer to a point. You know what I mean? They definitely should treat their customers right. But yeah, I just sometimes I think that's a lot of it. Especially Star Wars fans, dude. We're nuttier than fruitcakes.
Well, the thing is, right, I think there's going to be a downturn, and I think Lego have to really look forward and see how they keep their current customer base and see how that goes for them. Because I got no doubt. I mean, it's gone up 80%. It's headlines all over the news at the moment. Energy prices gone up 80%. That's incredible. I mean, how is that going to affect you guys, Ian and Carrie? Because you got like 2 kids and stuff like that. I mean,
we're probably just going to have to start melting Lego to generate heat.
Exactly, burning Lego. I was talking to Jang about that this morning. Apparently, he says it's got high density burn rate, but it's potentially very toxic. So I might not go there.
Maybe we shouldn't do it. Yeah.
I think a lot of parents are just going to be as crafty as they can be.
Crafty. Yeah. Hello, you're live.
Hey,
you being naughty?
Watch out, you got a stormtrooper behind you.
Yeah, don't do nothing to that stormtrooper.
What is that, a white flag?
Yeah.
Oh. I thought that was a white flag at first.
That's pretty cool. It's like a little parachute. You go up and pulls back down.
Oh, Justice guy, what the hell?
I know Mrs. Hive and I are going to get some solar panels soon. So I'm going to get 2 battery packs. So yeah,
that's good.
Yeah.
I mean, is that still financially a viable thing to do, Ian, in the UK?
Yeah, I mean it does. So it's very complicated to work out, but generally,
that's why I'm asking you.
You're looking at breaking even after between 5 and 10 years, depending on kind of how much you use, and some of the more expensive parts, so the batteries and the inverter, will probably only last you 10 years. So you'll about break even and then have to put out quite a large outlay again. But other parts, like the solar panels, can last 20, 25 years. So
Well, originally we were looking at the solar shingles, but those haven't seemed to have been perfected yet, as far as I know. Somebody told me that they just kind of reached the point where they've got them right. That's originally what we were thinking about doing, because it also would help us in the wintertime, because you could literally melt the snow right off your roof. But the big thing with our roof is because we're 3 stories high and we have no trees that are close enough. Like, we have an entire huge roof that's perfectly got both sides of the sun all day long. So it would really benefit us. Plus, Mrs. Hive, I don't know, another year or 2, I think, she's going to buy an electric car. So it would just make more sense for us to have, like, that's why I wanted to get 2 battery packs. That way we can charge her car at night and stuff. But yeah, it's definitely not a beneficial thing, depending on what, like Ian was talking about, how much you would use. There could be, like you said, the certain hiccups, you know, because it's not like it's new technology, but I don't think it's reached its potential yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's also that. It also hugely depends on where you live. So, for example, I know that solar panels in Texas make less sense, because once you go above about 25 degrees, they start to degrade in performance. So the hotter it gets, the worse they are. They need sunshine, but not heat.
Right.
And that's why, in Spain, you'll see a lot of panels on roofs and stuff, but they're not solar panels that convert the sunlight into electricity. They're ones that heat the water for them. Because those work well in heat, and so saves you money that way.
Yeah, my uncle built his house like that, where he had the hot water pipes and stuff. I want to say either ran through the walls or ran through the floors. And he had certain, like, styrofoam instead of, like, just regular, like, insulation foam that he put in his walls. It was extremely efficient, like, with heat and everything.
Yeah.
And you could walk out. I remember staying one night and I walked out on the floor at night in the cold, like it was winter, and I was barefoot. And it's not hot at all by any means, you know what I mean? But it ain't ice cold. That was for sure. It was nice, man. And I think in Texas too, I could totally be mistaken about this, but I think there's a lot of wind turbines in Texas. I think they use a lot of wind out there. Yeah, I feel like it's because there's some flat land and stuff like that.
Wind power, is that a thing in Texas?
Yeah, we pay extra so that part of our power bill comes from wind power.
Actually, there's getting ready to be some serious problems over in kind of your neck of the woods, Josh, as far as the droughts that have been going on.
Yeah,
I don't know if it affect you guys immediately or even at all. I know in Colorado area, California takes some of this water too, but like I saw something on the news where like the water levels are like super low, like way low. And I was just thinking about all my brothers and sisters out west. I was like, man, I hope y'all gonna be okay, because it's hot out there, man. I was freaking out for you guys last winter when you had all that issues with the electric and stuff.
You had bad snow last year, didn't you?
Well, they lost their power. What's that?
We get
Josh?
snowstorms. We get snowstorms and ice storms in the winter, and it gets below freezing, and our power grid is not set up to handle it. And then in the summertime, it's over 100 every day of the summer, and again, our power grid is not set up to handle it.
So that's going back to what Hive was saying earlier on, where you got to sort out your infrastructure.
Well,
yeah,
Texas
I'm not
is slightly
different.
Going to do this. Texas has its like own private. They're not tapped into like the rest of us. I can't remember the exact. I don't remember the exact details, but I know Texas is. It's like it's a private grid or something similar to that. You know, where a lot of us are. It's more either maybe federal or I don't know. I don't know, but Texas is different, and it's one of the reasons why there have been some issues.
Yeah,
and it's just weird, man. There's so much potential to tap into so much different energy.
I don't know why they don't tap into hydropower.
Dude, hydroelectric, harnessing methane from dumps, geothermal. Dude, there's different things that you can do, man. And
Ian,
just like how earlier I was talking about recycling tires for roads. It's like I know it's kind of a small thing, but it's just good all around.
Good use. It's good use of that material. Ian, why don't we use hydropower? Why? I know. I'm totally up with using nuclear power. I've got no issue with that as long as it's done safely. But why in the UK have we not gone down the road of hydropower?
We do use a lot of hydropower. Scotland is one of the top European countries in terms of hydropower. I think Scotland alone is the country that produces the most electricity from renewable energies. So we do an awful lot of it. I think the problem with hydro is that it does take quite a long time to build them. And so you need to get that investment sorted. And then, there's all sorts of issues with how it gets repaid. Like our nuclear energy system is ridiculous, that the amount that we have decided to pay the French government to build a nuclear power station for us.
The French.
Yeah, the French own some of our power stations.
Interesting.
And we gave them a ridiculous deal on it, where we've guaranteed to pay significantly more than electricity is actually worth to them.
Why have we done that?
I don't know.
We idiots.
Probably.
Okay.
But why did we get the French to do that? Why didn't we just do that ourselves?
Well, so technically we didn't get the French to do it. We got EDF to do it, and then the French government took over EDF.
Ah, okay. I see.
But it's like most of our railways are now owned by, is it Germany, Italy, and the Netherlands?
Yeah.
The state has bought out the companies that run our trains. And so they now offer huge subsidies on their train lines and get us to pay for it.
What? How's that fair?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that helps, doesn't it? Hey, we've got Solo the Brick Builder, I should say, in the house.
What's up, Solo?
Gregor Craig saying Germany. Stutzy is saying, what's up, Solo? And he's got a baby coming as well.
Oh.
Congratulations.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a baby boy. That's right. Here we go. What time is Solo streaming tonight, Carrie?
I believe it's 8 o'clock. I'll let him correct me if I'm wrong. We're going to have a quick Chinese in the middle of these two streams.
Oh.
Yeah, I was going to try and get the Aston Martin and jump on a stream.
That is a cool that is a cool car. It really is.
I feel like I built that on one of our Transatlantic streams. I think it was a Transatlantic stream.
Oh, you probably you did the you did the big one, didn't you? The Creator Expert one.
Mm-hmm. I was trying to, because I was looking at that thumbnail not long ago, and I was trying to remember what you built on that one. Because I feel like you built the Mustang, didn't you?
Yeah, I think it was the Mustang. I did.
Yeah, you've had it's a lot of good Transatlantic streams, man.
Yeah, I can't believe we haven't done that. This is only about our third one this year we've done.
Well, look, I don't know about everybody else, but dude, time is flying, man. Time is flying, dude.
Yeah.
It is. What is it like? September's coming up in just a couple days.
Yeah,
like that's insane. We're almost done. We're like, it feels like we're moving out of 2022.
That's it. We are autumn. I mean, autumn is happening now here for us. It's crazy, and of course we've got the Hogwarts Express coming out in a couple of days. Josh, you're a big Harry Potter fan. What's your thoughts on this contentious Lego set?
I'm a medium-sized Harry Potter fan. I'm a surface-level Harry Potter fan. I love Harry Potter, but I can't justify a train set that size and price. I'll admire it from afar, but I have no plans to get it.
Yeah, and that's fair enough. I hear you. Is anyone in the panel thinking of getting that set on day one?
What is day one for that set? Is it October
31st?
I think a couple days.
It's literally in a couple days.
Is it? Oh, it's September. Oh, there's no chance of getting it then.
Well, it's not even September. It's like literally next week. Leicester Square, the designer is going to be coming down there to sign all the copies that get sold. So they'll be on eBay for double the price.
I was going to say it's worth it for you to go down there almost at that point.
I got to be honest, it actually probably is. I'll probably make a couple of £100 out of that. So don't give me ideas, please. What about, I don't know, who else is into trains? I mean, Brick Bods, you guys, like, I think you like trains. You've got trains go around your city, but I mean, did you think for a second that you might get it, or do you think, nah, it's not for me?
It's just not the right scale.
Yeah.
Ian's not a big Harry Potter fan either, are you?
Not particularly.
Well, fair enough. Yeah, it is, isn't it? I mean, that's the thing. But as a train on its own, what do you think about it, Ian? As a standalone item, do you think they missed a trick, or do you think actually it's all right for what it is?
I don't think it looks that good as a train. It's a bit too blocky and jagged. It's not got the kind of streamlined look of something like the Emerald Knight. It's not got the detailing of the crocodile. So I think if you look at it just as a train, they've done better in the past.
Yeah, be interesting to see how this sells. I think this is definitely one for the Harry Potter fans. Like when I was in Leicester Square, because I saw it last week, and it does look quite good. But then, of course, when you break it down into, how can I make this work for me? It really doesn't. But lots of people went past it who are Harry Potter fans, and they said, actually, I quite like it. So I'm curious to see how well that sells in the end. Aston Martin fan out there says, I think that the new Hogwarts Express won't be that popular. I kind of agree, mate. I do agree. And good afternoon to you as well, William Wildcat. Welcome to the stream, my friend. While you're all here, folks, please do check out everyone who's down in the description below. Please do subscribe to everyone who's here today, folks. These are all very cool YouTubers, and they do an abundance of stuff on Instagram as well. And do you know what? While you're around there, dwelling in that area of obscurity, do please give us a thumbs up as well. It helps us, helps the channel, helps people know that we're doing our thing, and it gets that transatlantic live stream hashtag out there as well. So thank you. So Josh, have you got any videos coming up, or have you been working on anything in particular, or are you just kind of taking it easy at the moment?
Well, I've been on a self-professed summer break for a long time, but I guess we're saying summer is coming to an end. And my cutoff was that my oldest was about to start kindergarten, and I was going to know my new schedule when he did that, and he has. So yeah, I've got some videos, some thoughts of some videos, but I haven't actually made anything yet.
Okay.
But I haven't stopped buying Lego. I've just kind of stopped making videos about Lego. But
yeah,
I might make some videos about the Lego that I've already bought. I might just pick up where I left off and buy new Lego in September, October, and continue on from there.
Yeah. I hear you. Have you got? I mean, Josh, for you, I mean, have you got any particular themes that you like, or are you sort of more? I know you love your cars. That's one of the main reasons we wanted to get you on as well today, because you can teach us some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But what about any other particular theme or anything like that?
Well, I would have said Star Wars is my favorite theme, but since I got really strongly back into Lego, Star Wars is the thing I'm a fan of the most, but not necessarily in the Lego themes. Like, honestly, I'd rather have a nice, big, detailed car than I would a Star Wars ship. I still love Star Wars, but I mean, I enjoy the new Ferraris and all that much better than a new big Star Wars ship. So I think I'm going to skip on some Star Wars stuff. There's a lot of people that already made videos and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd rather have a nice car. So maybe I'll go get that new Camaro or something.
Yeah, I was going to say that Camaro looks really nice. I mean, I don't know anything about that car whatsoever, other than it actually looks really nice. I really like it in convertible form. Really do. It looks amazing. So yeah, that's definitely one I do want to get. Doc, what's your thoughts on the Caterham? Have you enjoyed building that?
That looks great.
It's done.
Nice.
Doc, give us a quick review of it. Tell us your thoughts, because this isn't a sort of an aging set these days, but it still looks very good.
I was just glad that there was not a lot of Technic in it. I thought there was going to be, a lot of Technic, but like I said, there were 12 steps of Technic and it was done. And then it's just it's all system. It's all interesting how it all came together, like this thingy. And then the number of hinges that they've used to make it, have a particular shape or what have you. But yeah, and the little tubes and whatnot. And everything's printed. That's the other best part. No stickers anywhere.
Yeah.
Got a lot of nice, labeling, nice labeling on it and whatnot. So yeah.
It looks really good. Yeah.
And the seats, they've got movable seats and whatnot, but and then the back part opens up. The boot, I guess you would call it the boot there, and
the trunk
over there. But yeah,
you can say
the trunk.
That's right, the boot. You can say it.
The boot, but that's it. Yeah, and this is pretty. I mean, it's very nice. It's very nice. It comes with this display stands or whatever you want to call them, so it can,
Oh yeah, because they're we call them cones over here, like traffic cones.
But no, they're not cones. They're stands to put on the car. They're jack-up stands, so the car can stand up.
That's pretty good. It's a nice feature.
Yeah.
Nicely done, Doc. Nicely done. And what made you get that one as well? By the way, what was the like? That seems. Yeah,
I got this long time ago because it was on super sale, and I was just like, hey! And I wanted a big car. I wanted to build a big car, but I didn't want to build too big of a car.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a cool set. It's on my wanted list.
Yeah, I've looked at it 100 times and just haven't pulled the trigger. And it's it always gets a little more expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Well, the cool thing is there's no real unique pieces in it, so you could easily probably part it together. It's just all the printing that you're gonna miss out on or whatnot. But you could probably make different colors too, because a lot of these pieces come in different colors now too. So it's like
yeah, that's true. That's true.
You couldn't do it in a different color though. That's iconic.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you are right. The yellow is iconic, but I think it would look good red and maybe even British Racing green. I'm sure there's...
Right, exactly. The Queen's green.
Yeah.
You mean Aston Martin green? Is that different from Aston Martin?
Well, it depends. Yeah, I mean, it's British Racing green. I'm not quite sure who owns the color, so to speak.
Yeah, actually, a lot of Land Rovers have it. Use that color too. So
yeah.
It just seems official. Is all.
Yeah, it's always a good selling point. British Racing green. I don't know. It just kind of links in quite nicely to all that heritage.
Oh yeah,
I love it, and the car industry loves its heritage. It really does.
Well, the weird thing is this has a Ford engine in it now.
I think
developed in England though, but it's got Ford guts in it.
Yeah, I think the original ones did come with like Cortinas or something like that.
Yeah, got one way back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah, good shout there, Family Bricks. Ban the bot. Yeah, thank you, mods, for sorting that out. Stud City says, Matt, I got to see the first episode of Andor. I got the PR media link from the former colleague. It was amazing. They definitely put a ton of money into it. Ooh, interesting. I'm seriously looking forward to Andor. I really am. Anyone else got any thoughts on Andor? They're looking forward to it? Because I've got to be honest, the best TV series I've seen this year is Strange New Worlds. So I'm definitely curious as to what people think about Andor. Josh, you said you're a bit of a Star Warsy fan.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on that, dude?
I am cautiously optimistic. I have to hope that it will be good. Rogue One was fantastic. The story of it's what we really want and need in the Star Wars universe. It's other people's stories that may or may not tie into the greater whatever, the whole Death Star saga that I'll call it. But I just want to see other Star Wars stories in the same universe, and that show kind of has that potential.
Yeah.
But I'm not ready to get my hopes up quite yet, but I am looking forward to it.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way as Josh does. The exception for me is I didn't like what they did with Obi-Wan. I didn't really like what they did with Boba Fett. Mando's fine. But the good thing about Andor and stuff is the only kind of canon we have really with them is from Rogue One.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping, because yeah, like Josh said, me and Kosh will be optimistic, but I'm hoping that since we don't have so much history fleshed out with it or whatever, that maybe like it'll be okay. We won't notice maybe certain things that might not be good, or something. But I don't know. It looks good. It does.
It doesn't have a lot. The good thing about it, it doesn't have a lot of personal canon to destroy. So it can't be like, look, Obi-Wan and Darth Vader are meeting, even though Darth Vader said, there'll be none of that we'll have to worry about. So it'll be, they can do what they want, and so we'll be happy that they can.
Well, I've been really looking forward to something really, really original and not anything to do with the like he said, Death Star canon or the Skywalker saga.
Though. They might still try to tie it in somehow.
Yeah, I think they will. I think they will.
And look, there's a bunch of stuff they could do that we'd be like, come on, man, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But well, we could get more of the Leia, because Leia could be a little bit older now, and it'd be like, now we can advance that character story arc along.
Don't say Doc, please.
Well, I keep saying when they had that in the Obi-Wan Kenobi, I'm like, they should have just made a Princess Leia show with that girl.
No, I was gonna say, like, next thing we're gonna do is make a young Leia series on Disney Plus. We don't need
because
that.
That's what Star Wars is. It's a kid show. That's why there were Ewoks.
No. Star Wars is a family thing, not a kids thing.
Kids, made for kids. Anything that's family oriented is technically made for kids.
No, my kids don't want anything to do with it.
The lowest common denominator.
Well, you know what? Kids need to get their own game shit.
That's why
stop messing up our Star Wars.
That's why the lore was so thin, and then it was.
I think I might self an hand grenade there.
Yeah, you're starting something here, Doc. You're gonna have to settle this on a different stream.
Yeah, well, all I can say is come for me. I was there in the theater.
Disney has been sanitizing everything.
I know what a B movie looks like.
All right, you don't get to use your age as a defense mechanism there. You didn't have any part to play in what year you were born.
So I was there when it came out as a B movie, and then it later got elevated.
Well, that's why it's such a kick in the nuts, man. Because look, Star Wars wouldn't even be alive if it wasn't for all the fans that had bought all this stuff when the movies weren't out. And all that. Why do you think they went ahead and made the prequels, man? Yep. I mean, because they saw the fans' demand for all the books and toys and everything else that they'd been buying through that 10-year or more. No, 86, 96. Yeah, more than a 10-year gap of nothing, And then, we had our prequel stuff go on, whatever. But just the stuff that they're doing now, it's just like they're trying to take nostalgia and the name and the fan base of something, and then they're turning around and making it different than what the fans wanted. Like Boba Fett's a perfect example of that. That is not the Boba Fett that I ever saw. You know what I mean?
Right. It's like I was telling you, that took 20 years for him to climb out of the pit, even though it took 5 minutes in the movie. It's just like, that's the old man crawled out of the pit. A young guy fell into the pit, and an old man crawled out. Like,
plus, and then what I was talking about with the Sand People, man, after I thought about it for a while, I was like, man, wait a minute. Everybody talking all nice about the Sand People. They still captured him and made him a slave and beat the crap out of him. And
like killing people, yeah.
We can't say Sand People anymore. They're Tusken Raiders.
Tusken Raider.
The native Tuskens. The native Tatooines.
Native Tatooines. Which have a long history with Jawas as well.
This is
Jawas are furry, man. They're right.
No, come on. Okay, these are too big of arguments to start with minutes left in the stream.
The best time to take it right, dude.
You gotta leave them wanting more. That's the whole idea.
Yeah. Come back next time.
More about what you guys.
I've been media trained, Josh. You believe that? You believe anything?
Clearly.
What's the next thing that they're coming out with as far as movies?
It's going to go right back, isn't it, like 1,000 years or 500 years before?
Well, was it going to be some Old Republic stuff? I thought maybe.
There's books of Old Republic stuff. They were going to remake the KOTOR video games, Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah,
those got delayed or something changed with those recently.
Yeah,
I don't think they have anything in order right now. There is a decent show on Disney Plus right now called Behind the Magic. which is kind of a docu-series on the company Industrial Light and Magic, which did all the VFX for the original Star Wars stuff and stuff. That's a decent show if you like that side of things. But new Star Wars, I don't know. We've got advent calendars coming out, and there's a Disney Plus summer TV series with Darth Vader and Darth Sidious on the beach.
Oh, I did not like that. I got to be honest.
I haven't watched it yet.
I haven't made it all the way through yet.
I watched it.
They were able to win the contest, though. You didn't like the fact that they won the contest?
I was just like, oh, come on, this story is such. The last, I think the last 10 minutes were about the best part of it. But
And look, I want to point something out real quick. That is a kid's show.
Yes, that was
obviously yes.
But Star Wars the movie is a family show because parents should be able to enjoy it as well. Parents are going to enjoy that.
Kids have to be able to enjoy it, so it's made at their level.
I tell you what,
That's
though, I
George.
reckon they'll come out with sequels in less than, I reckon, easily less than 10 years. And Finn,
sequels to what?
Sorry, sequels to the sequels.
I bet they'll reboot the whole thing.
I was hoping you put it that way.
Finn and Ray will come back.
No, John Boyega said he's done.
No, he's not. He's just come out. He's literally just come out and said he will do it if the others do it, and he's told them the story. But this is the thing, right? Honestly, folks, this is the thing that the last 3 movies did not make super clear. In the kind of Star Wars Lego cartoon, the summer special, right? Like Finn basically, and I'm trying not to give away spoilers. Finn has got good use of the Force.
He's a Jedi.
He's a Jedi.
In training, basically, at the very end. Ray's going to take him on as her apprentice.
Finn was such a wasted opportunity, man.
Yep.
Like the story you could have had for a stormtrooper that turned good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
but he said, right, and he's literally come out today. He turned around and said they should have done like a stormtrooper to Jedi story with him, which I think, oh my god, that's so good.
Yeah, it would have been.
And like a stormtrooper rebellion as well, because he was like he was saying that there would have been countless other people that would have that could have felt the same as him.
Yep.
And I was like, oh my god, that's a brilliant idea.
And in the original, I don't know what it was called now, but in the original last movie, yeah, there was like a much more rebellion led by Finn and them, like on Coruscant, towards the First Order. Man, it looked pretty epic from the storyboards that they had and all that. But again, what are you gonna do? It is what it is.
Yeah, but as far as KOTOR's the game, the people that were working on that got sacked. So that game, there's nothing happening with that game at the moment. Which is a shame because I was actually considering getting a PS5 just for that.
It would have been nice.
Yeah.
Goodness, would you look at that? It's 2:01.
I know. We are literally 30 seconds away from that 2-hour mark. So let me just finish this little tiny thing I'm building here. How far did you get with your build, Hive?
What build?
No,
I'm just kidding.
The DeLorean.
I just cracked open bag 3.
Bag 3. Oh, you've done all right.
I mean, it's getting a little more solid in the middle.
Yeah. That's always.
So you'll be heading to Solos to continue building.
I gotta go run some errands and help Mrs. Hive with a few things. And while I'm out, I'm gonna see if they've got the Aston Martin, and if they do, I'm going to try and hop on solo stream. Mrs. Hive was telling me I needed to cut the lawn though, so that's gonna happen. I'm not fighting her on. I'm not fighting her on that, man. I gotta. Because the grass is getting pretty shaggy.
Is that something you could do on Labor Day? I know you guys have got Labor Day coming up soon.
That's not until the Monday after this coming Monday. So the grass will be knee high by then.
Does your grass grow that quick? My God,
it grows pretty quick.
Okay.
We get we had a lot of rain, so that kind of helps. But we have a really luscious lawn, dude. It's really nice.
Luscious lawn. I've never heard those words come out of your mouth before, my friend.
I can say it again if you want.
Well, go on, just say the word lush.
Lush.
Oh yeah.
Lush is a good fun word to say too.
That is.
And doesn't that mean like somebody that drinks a lot? No, because there's a band
That's
called
alcoholic
Lush that I used to listen to.
No
a long
one's ever
time ago.
described me as lush. I think I take it as a compliment.
You've got luscious hair.
Josh does have good
Josh.
hair.
Yeah,
I'll take that.
yeah.
We've had two people in the panel today with very good hair.
We have actually. It was wonderful earlier on seeing Cabbage Face. It really was. He's a beautiful guy. He really is. He's got a beard and hair. It's almost like Josh is like the American version of Cabbage Face Bricks.
Dude, I kind of want to message Cabbage and ask him how his date's going.
Yeah, maybe we should. Well, ask him to send some pictures or something like that. That'd be good. And
Imagine he starts taking pictures.
The back of his thigh or something like that.
Are we comparing my hair to Cabbage's hair?
Yeah.
Yeah, not a Cabbage.
Well, we weren't trying to compare.
The person Cabbage.
It just sounds like there's a comparison going on here, and I don't know that Cabbage and I are in the same league.
I mean, it's like two different breeds of horses. You know what I mean?
What? One's a stallion and one's an old mare.
I mean, they both could be awesome horses, but
One's
they don't
a-
have to look the same.
Which one's a thoroughbred? Is it?
You guys get a little too detailed. I was just talking about the color of the coats.
One can be a donkey, the other could be a stallion. Who knows?
One's a horse, one's a donkey.
All right, I'm gonna need some clarification on that argument right
All
there.
right, well, we'll chat about that after the stream.
I'll join the next stream here.
I can run. We'll be finishing off in just a moment, folks. So please do give us a thumbs up while you're there. We're nearly at 50. Well done, everybody. So let's just ask very quickly what people have got coming up. I know Hive's going to be doing Good Morning Brickwell tomorrow. GLS, Doc Sampson's going to be doing Good Morning
Good morning, Brickwell tomorrow. Yeah.
With your special.
With our good friend Cy O'Connor is going to be there.
That's right.
And Cy O'Connor.
Yeah, Cy O'Connor's going to be our guest host, and we will have Brick Clicker on as our guest.
That's going to be interesting as well.
Grill in the interview.
Yeah, ask you about where's he get all them leaks from.
Exactly.
I probably am not going to ask that, but I could feel like Doc would definitely ask that question.
I think we definitely need to know, how does he feel about leakers? I mean, he's worse than a plumber. He's had so many leaks. Brickbods, you guys, you're going to be streaming tomorrow night. Consider it's a bank holiday here in the UK this weekend.
Yeah, we will still be continuing our Lego roller coaster or the loop coaster. Hopefully finish that off tomorrow, 8:30 weekend pro.
Good stuff. Well, being a Lego YouTuber is a roller coaster. It really is. And nobody knows that any better than, of course, Shy Time is my time. And so don't be shy. Shy, what you got coming up from your channel? You got some Calibrick Click magic in the pipeline?
Yeah, we're pretty much like filled till like end of September. Oh crap!
Okay.
It's already end of September. That means I gotta reach out some more.
That's it. I've only been on once, just by the way. I noticed you started to get a few duplicates on there now. I've only been on there once. I've been on there 3 times. Not keeping account. Just saying.
Yeah, so Calibre Click obviously, and then I always have 10 videos in the works. Whether I get out to them, it's a hit or miss.
Yeah, you've been pumping that out recently. Loads of vids, mate. There we. Oh, here it goes. A fact from Liz. She goes: if a donkey and a horse mate equals mare, but equals non-sterile. Fun fact. Okay, I'm a man. I don't understand what I've just read, but I'll study it later. Thank you, Liz. Well, Josh has said he's going to be working on some bits after his kind of imposed sanction on not doing any Lego videos, but he has been buying lots of Legos. So, or Lego, I should say. Blimey, I said Legos then. I've never said that in my life. I'm gonna go and tell myself off straight after the stream. But thank you everybody for joining. This is blimey, something's kicking off there. Are the chickens out? The chickens are out here, quick.
The chickens are the cousins. I have a very busy household on the weekends. It's why I don't join streams on the weekends. I got a very active husband. Someone's at my front door, and hence the dogs are barking.
Don't you worry, mate. The dogs are absolutely fine. But anyway, that's as far as I got, folks. That I nearly finished bag 4.
Got some seats.
Yeah, and say the seats look really nice.
We do. Look at, and we got a McPherson strut style steering mechanism
look at
as
that.
well. Wow. Like that. And there's the front. The front of it will go on at some point soon as well. Look at that. Look at those lovely kind of orangey, almost amber trans clear bricks there. Beautiful. They really
Definitely
are.
has an amber vibe to it.
It does, and I love Amber. I love Amber Liar as well. She was in earlier on watching us, which was lovely.
That's right. Amber Liar.
Yeah, indeedy. And she was on, like I say, folks, London Calling last night. So do tune in for that. Do check it out, folks, because that was a very special one because we were at Brick Slopes last night for a whole hour. We had a live feed from Larry the Legend from there, and it was awesome, folks. So that was a very wonderful surprise that we had there. So anyway, thank you so much as well for my panel, Brick Hive. We will be back, folks, with another Transatlantic live stream, maybe around November-y sort of time. Who knows? That is when our anniversary is. So we'll sort something out. Maybe we'll be building some more big cars then. Maybe we'll do some Star Wars. We'll let you know in due course. But anyway, thank you as well to Cabbage for being in early on. Thank you, Brick Hive. Thank you, Brick Bods. Thank you, Doc Sampson. Enjoy yourself tomorrow as Cy O'Connor. Josh, lovely to see you as well, mate. You look beautiful as ever. Congratulations on the news on getting a baby girl as well. Dude, that is brilliant. The Lego family is forever expanding. And Shy, lovely to see you on one of my streams as well, mate. It's always a pleasure. It really is. But of course, folks, it wouldn't be anything without you lovely lots out there as well. Even the likes of him, Brickstage. We've got KO out there as well. Aston Martin fan, Greg or Craig. Simon, lovely to see you, Simon. Stud Sidious, Solo Brick, the Brick Builder. I still can't get my tongue around that sometimes. Family Bricks is out there as well. And of course, the Aston Martin fan, to name but a few. Take care, folks. Look after yourselves, look after each other, and Lego. It's a wonderful thing. And each and every one of you folks out there are too. Take care, look after yourself, and enjoy the rest of the weekend.